Handy thing with YouTube, when you look at what comments people make, you can get a summary of how many other comments they've made and, you know, the quality and tone of them. And I said in a video the other day that I wanted to start acknowledging your comments a little bit more like I used to do, which brings me to this video. Hello everybody. Well, I've been accused several times of, I suppose you could call it flip-flopping or changing my mind about who I support and who I don't. And I thought I wanted to clarify that in this video. It's very important. Have a look at this comment here. This is from an individual on my channel. It was a little bit rude, but you know, that's all right. I only ever ban comments when you're overly rude or act like an imbecile. And this hasn't quite met that threshold. So, okay, that's fine. Now, what this individual said, and he's not the only one that said it in the past, is that I can't make my mind up who I support. And I seem to change my mind every 5 minutes. Well, that's kind of half true and half not. And I wanted to explain. It's not who I support, it's what I support. What I support is England, the country I was born in, and probably the country I'll pass away in too. That is foremost in my mind with anything. Now, when it comes to who I support, that depends on what they present to me as to whether they're a solution to the problem. I, as a person, as a living human male, am fed up to the back teeth of the direction my country, England, has gone. England has been trapped by this whole United Kingdom, this whole British that they're trying to pull everyone else into. I mean, Christ, they're trying to tell the Irish that they can have a British passport if they want to. And I hope they recognise that for what it is. And we're going in that direction where I'm very fearful we're going to lose our national identity. Now that is purely and solely the fault of, one, the Parliament, and two, the public in this country who have allowed themselves to feel the way they have because we've been beaten down and everything else. I fundamentally believe that the way we are governed doesn't work anymore. It hasn't worked for a long period of time. It needs to change fundamentally and very, very majorly. Now, people thought that was Nigel Farage who could solve that problem. Perhaps it isn't. People currently think it's Ben Habib who can solve that problem. Maybe, maybe not. My problem with Ben Habib, while I agree with a lot of what he says, he has a fundamental belief in the Act of Union 1800, whereby I believe that and the previous Acts of Union from 1706, 1707 has contributed to an awful lot of the issues we have now, in that they've created the way we've been governed. I believe that there could be another way. You know, and if you look at the English Constitution, for example, there's many, many, many things within that paperwork which could solve an awful lot of our problems which we're currently experiencing. This uncontrolled immigration being one of them. And all the while we think about Britain, all the while we think as more than an island which, you know, all our countries are sitting on, and all the while we think of returning power to Westminster and everything else, we will not have control over our own destinies. Nigel Farage won't solve that. I don't think Ben Habib will, ultimately, because of, you know, what he's openly said in public. This party politics that we've all been subjected to for generations has reached a point where it's a failed project and it needs to be sorted out very urgently. There are others out there that don't get a look in. I wonder why that is. Might they have a point? I want to see a movement of people with the foot in the door. I want to see a movement of people which all of these other individuals can come under and start pushing through, start making change, start making a difference. And perhaps one day, might not be in my lifetime, we can have the England that we want. We can have the England the way it should be. And for all of those screaming, oh, don't split us up, don't split us up, I'm not suggesting that at all. England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, we can all exist as a union, a brotherhood of nations. Yes, it'd be hard at first. Yes, it would be. But in the end, I believe we could thrive. So when you see me flip-flopping, it's when I think that the person I have faith in, the person I believe in, won't do what I want them to do, and I will look for alternatives. But my faith, my point, my objective has always been the same. Never change, never will. And that is England. I hope that clears that up. Thank you very much for that comment at the beginning and all the others you leave. I'm going to start addressing these more. It's important. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, have a look at this video that I did previously, and as always, I'll talk to you soon. Doodaloo.